and it'll be a great one between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54, and away we go on EA Sports. This will be taken very short, and he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. At their own 28-yard line.
Feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't yeah, call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like.
All right, much appreciated. All of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54, and away we go on EA Sports.
What is that? 19, 51. Wild Bill.
Watson off play action. Forced out to his left. Fuller brings it in over the middle. 27. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Kill. 54.
On 2nd down now. Foreman, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st down, Watson. Dancing to his left. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him, and that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
From the red zone now, Watson looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Chad Hansen, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And his first carry, he loses the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do. He's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
Here we go.
At their own 23-yard line.
What down? You ready?
You ain't doing nothing.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr, he's got this complete to Hamilton. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Here's Carr to throw. Flushed out right. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but now it's third and goal.
Down. 180. Let's go. Hey, we're good. 185. 182.
Carr now on third and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From just shy of midfield, Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
36. Begin. Check. Lucky. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Let him go.
Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, 45 yards, and the Broncos have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
No, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Watson. Stepping up. The ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go, bring it up. At their own 48-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Pilot, 64, weak, 694. Hey, 2.
Now Carr. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. J.J. Watt in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Second down.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Martavis Bryant, 33 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
24!
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
The Texans
Let's
take
go.
over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Martavis Bryant 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos push further out in front. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
McManus's point after is good, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On second down, Foreman, and he'll work this one up to about the 38. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, and he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down. They are going for it. Here's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Down. You waiting?
Watching you grind. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 36, Carr. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards on the play, first down. Carr now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The kick by McManus is good, and their lead will swell up to 28. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. After the run by Foreman, here's 1st and 10. Faking the give, now Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hansen. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Martavis Bryant saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Eluding the pressure right.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run with Foreman. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
24 down, he's coming.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one?
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return will stop right around the 25.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling it. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Flushed out right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
Watson now going to run the option right. He'll pitch it back. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Alert!
Watson now, operating from the gun. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
55.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check. Check hot route.
Hey, side.
They're going for it. It's Watson. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hey, let's get there. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in.
Hey, 31.
To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Throwing again on second down. Watson eluding the pressure right. Flushed out right. And this results in 6. Touchdown. 14 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good. So good, he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Kill.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up third down.
Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He's letting this one go for Fuller, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check pass. Hey, defense, let's go.
Throwing again is Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's going to look deep, end zone for Hopkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
54. 34 is down, he's coming.
Here's Foreman, and an alley to run. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans get a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, here we go. 55 is mine, guys, 55.
To throw, it's Carr. Flush to his right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Now! 180! 180, we're good, we're good! 185!
Bang, 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 bang. Check.
Shotgun now for Carr. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run again with Foreman. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Another run by Lindsey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. On the carry, it's Jackson. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may put a period on this AFC Championship game. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a first and goal. On the ground with a tight end, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This will be caught just inside the 10. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now it's Lindsey, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And McManus able to put it through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr escaping the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on third down. On third down, here's Lindsey. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
On first down, Foreman. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down. Yard line.